Good morning to all you beautiful people out there, and thank you so much for joining us. I thought I would do something a little bit different this morning before the video, and I wanted to capture our sunrise for you guys to see. Isn't that spectacular? Now into the video. So, another one of the many awesome projects that we are doing is getting some more water tanks, because we're expecting a lot of rain and our existing water tank is full. See how the ball is right at the top? That is the little dip meter thingy that tells us how full the tank is. So if it's all the way out, which it is, then the tank is full. So that's excellent. We love that. It means that we won't have to buy water. There's another tank, hang on. Here we go. Okay, so look behind the chook pan, there's that big grey round thing. That tank there actually collects the water off the big massive machinery shed. So when this one starts to get low, that one can feed into that one. So what we've decided to do is we have two other rainwater tanks at our other property. And seeing as I was told by a real estate agent that rainwater tanks don't really add value to your property, I decided that why leave them then if they're not going to add value? Apparently a lot of people don't see value in that, so it's not a consideration. And I was like, well, I see a lot of value in it, especially when we're living off rainwater. We aren't connected to mains water, which is excellent. It's another way that we're slightly more off the grid and able to supply our own needs for our family. So I'm going to flip you guys around and show you where we're planning on putting them. And there's going to be a heap of earthworks being done by Alex and Brock to make sure it's all straight and square and looking pretty. So here is the spot. So if you have a look, this is where the house is. So as not to impose on our views, we are going to place them to the front side of the house. So this is how things are existing, and this is how we got it. This is, I'm guessing, how they stopped the fence. Not great. It's not how I would do it. So especially as I'm the fencing contractor's daughter, that is never going to be okay. So we're going to rip that out. We're going to go like you should, from a strainer to a strainer, so that there's lots of strength. Plus I also feel like it'll be good because it'll match the other fence that's on the other side, so it'll all look nice and tie in. It won't impede on that beautiful tree there, but also it now will give us a space inside this paddock where the two blue tanks can go. So we're going to document that for you guys. Bit of a mission to actually move them. I might actually send the camera with Alex and get him to document it, because him and Brock are the ones who are going to do it while I'm here doing things on the farm. But the plan is to plumb, there's on the other side of that tank, there's a little out pipe. When it gets to its absolute max, it pours out the top and just runs off down the paddock. Waste of water, and if we can collect it, why not? So we're going to place the two blue tanks, the 25,000 litre tanks, so in total would it be 50,000 litres of water that we're saving, and we're going to plumb them to the existing one. I've also discovered, or Alex has told me, that the little greenhouse that I've purchased ages ago, and it's still in the box and I'm waiting to unpack it, it has actually got gutters and the ability to collect water in a 1,000 litre pod. So I'm super excited about that. More places we can catch water, and I can use that water in the garden nice and fresh. So some of my plants that aren't okay with dam water and bore water, I'll be able to use that. So that's exciting too. What you're seeing here is them prepping the area to put the tanks on. We have to have them nice and flat and have the ground completely level. So Brock is checking the level and making sure it's flat, and they will screed it. Alex is smoothing it all out and making sure that it's nice and neat. Reason being that they're plastic tanks, so if they're not at 100% level and perfectly in line and all that sort of stuff, they warp and they look shocking. Plus it also undermines their integrity of, you know, strength and stuff as well. So that's what's happening here. I'm like a creeping on them through the trees, but I'm actually supposed to be inside cooking cauliflower and broccoli cheese for dinner tonight with our goat chops. So I thought I'd video it from my kitchen window, because that's where the tanks are going to be, just outside my kitchen window.
So we're emptying the tanks to bring them home, and it's taken a while. We've been here for about 20 minutes waiting for these to empty. This tank's only up to about here, so there's still a lot of water. This tank's only up to about here, so it's quite a bit of water. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep filming in segments so Mum can do her editing and stuff for her. And yeah, so I just thought I'll show you some of us just emptying the tanks. Yeah, good. Beautiful. There's a hole. What?
Okay, so there's one of the tanks, and the second one is on its way here. So, the tank that was already here is there behind us, and then we've got 25,000 litres here and a second one about to get down next to it. We think that that one's about 30,000 litres, leaving us with 80,000 litres here, and the one that's up at the machinery / hay shed is, we assume, about 60,000. Good morning, everyone. It's a couple of days after I filmed the first part of this video, and I wanted to just close it up by showing you that the tanks are all in. They're all plumbed in, and how it works. I'll explain it to you guys, but I'm out here. It's sunrise, so I've never caught a sunrise with you guys. I see it every morning because I get the kids up and we get ready to get on the bus for them to go to school. I've got my lovely full cream Jersey milk coffee. It's amazing. There is nothing like grinding the beans yourself and harvesting the honey yourself and collecting the milk yourself and then making your own coffee, because no one's going to make me a coffee out of the machine. Anyway, so this tank here, like I explained at the start of this video, you can see the dipsticks up, and that little ball there that's right up in the sky is telling us that that tank is full. So now how they've done it, I'll just flip you guys around so I can show you. Actually, I'm going to have to go through the gate because they put the fence back up. When they leveled off this spot for the tanks, they pushed all the dirt up into a pile in the paddock, and it's the paddock that Deirdre and the other girls go into you know, at the moment, because there's loads and loads of pasture for those three, and I'm trying to repair all the other paddocks so that next season we have a really amazing season. Hang on, look at this. I'm going to turn you around. I hope it's as great on camera as it is here. Isn't that spectacular? So that's what we wake up to every morning. It's magical. It's a bit golden this morning. Quite often there's like purple, and because the sun is obviously reflecting off the clouds. The clouds are like purple and pink. It really is special. So I'm going to go through the gate because they've done the fence back up. I'll explain what Alex did. And it is no small feat what this man has done since we bought this property. It's pretty impressive actually, and I do want to do a big shout out. Alex, you're amazing. This is a lot of hard work. And you know, Brock as well. Brock just gets in there, like you don't even have to ask it. A couple of the times Alex was like, you know what, don't worry about it mate, you just sleep in because you know you got school and all those sorts of things. He's like, nah Dad, let's get it done, it's gonna be fun, I'll learn some things. So it's really great. Okay, now I'm going to flip you guys around and explain how this system works. Okay, all right, there's our existing tank. Now when that fills right up, that's the overflow. It comes out there and the pressure of it pushes down, and then it goes along in that in that dirt line, and see the one that goes up and over into the top. It pushes the water from when it's flowing up and into that tank. So, and those two tanks are connected, so they fill up at the same time and they get used at the same time. Now, we will have to put a pump on here so that if we want to use it, we can pump it back into this grey one, because these blue ones were set up after that. I mean, we could eventually have it so that they were connected to be able to be used the same, but it's just not a really big deal to us, to be quite honest. And we are going to do solar as well. So yeah, that's it. Like that's pretty awesome, isn't it? Like, so here we've got 80,000 litres being collected off our roof, and not just going down and rushing through the paddock. We do have plenty of that too. You got to check this. It is green. So it's only just the start of winter and it is lush out here. Everything's green. The trees are enjoying it. There's that sunrise again. Is that beautiful? It's a really lovely part of the morning, and you know what? I don't often see it. I've always worked nights in the hospitality industry, so, which I love, by the way. I love people, I do. So I've always worked nights and never saw a sunrise because obviously you went to bed at like 1 or 2 when it was like super late, so you slept till 12ish. And even having kids, I didn't get up at sunrise. Like, my kids have all been really great sleepers. So moving here, that's definitely been lessened. Alex is the opposite to me. So he's super early to bed and super early to rise. Like, he gets up when it's still dark, and that's the only way to be, in his opinion. And that's cool, but that means that we don't often spend the mornings together because he quietly tiptoes out of the room so as not to wake the angry bear. Because yeah, if you wake me in the morning, I'm like really cranky. But since I've got out here, like, if I know the sun's up, I'm out. Like, this place has just got so many things to explore and so many things to do. This morning we're going out. We've got to milk Deirdre once we've got the kids off to school, so we'll go off and do that. But thank you so much for joining us. I really can't stress enough about how important it is for us to start being a little bit more conscious about, you know, what we can do to help our own situations, but to also help the earth. So catching our own rainwater off our house, like, even if you don't have a farm, it's worth doing. Like, these tanks came from the other house, but the setup's all there now. Like, if they want to put tanks in, all they have to do is put the tanks in. But yeah, hearing the real estate agents say tanks don't add value, like, they're actually really expensive to purchase. But to say they don't add value is just kind of like, why? Why aren't people like seeing that as value? To be able to just use your own rainwater. One, it's not been through the treatment plant and whatever. It tastes way different. It changes food. It helps, like, even if you just wanted to use it on your garden, which I think would be a massive waste. But using rainwater on your body to wash in the shower is even like so much different to the treated water out of our taps. So, but also it's earth conscious. Like, let's relieve the pressure on that system and start doing a little bit more for ourselves. Anyway, that's my rant. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was pretty cool. Brock volunteered to take the camera over to the other house so that I could continue doing things here. He's got his own YouTube channel, which he loves all things outdoors. So he's hunting, fishing, camping, cook-ups. He cooked dinner last night, the whole lot from beginning to end, and it was really awesome. He did a brilliant job. It was great. You guys, I really do suggest go check it out. It's a tiny channel, not many subscribers yet, but he's hoping to get it cranking. So yeah, go and show him some love and click the like button and subscribe. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks Brock and Alex for doing this, and thanks Brock so much for videoing it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have really enjoyed watching it happen because I wasn't able to be there. But yeah, thank you so much for your support. And I hope you have an amazing day and it's filled with all the best things. Until the next video, Bye for now.
What are you doing, Deirdre? De Deirdre! What? Deirdre! Deirdre! Is that it? Is that enough now?